What's up, everybody? Power Sports Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Again, we are here at Extreme Power Sports in Opelika, Alabama, and today we've got a treat. Today we have the 2024 brand new Suzuki GSX8R. Folks, I'm really excited this bike's out. Yamaha has kind of been dominating in that 700-800cc. I'm going to call it a little more entry-level sport bike. And Suzuki has came out with a bike to compete with that. And let me tell you, this thing is awesome. If you've watched my videos, you already know that I love the V-Strom 800. This motor shares basically the same motor as the V-Strom 800. And it's awesome. You know how much I love the V-Strom. So let's take a look. I know you can't see it from that camera angle quite as much. So check this bike out. We're just going to walk around a little bit. And we'll start in the front. I usually start just on the side, but look at this thing. Got the stacked LED headlight, which is awesome. Nice suspension. Got the upside down forks. A lot of times your entry level bikes, you know, you kind of got your conventional fork. At least it's got the upside down fork. Got your ABS, of course. Traction control on this bike. 3 different modes on the traction control. Nice little shorty exhaust. I like that they're getting away from the big old muffler on the side. You can still see the big cat down there, so this thing is pretty quiet. Of course, I'm sure we can change that pretty easy. It's hard to tell in the video, and you know, I didn't even really notice this online. The wheels kind of look like you're just old school kind of silver wheel. This is actually a gray, I'm gonna call it. I like it, looks good. Love the wheels too. Much better than the old school, it's kind of 3-mag or 3-spoke. Big old undertail kit there. I'm sure the aftermarket's going to clean that up a little bit. Of course, set up for a passenger, obviously. So these are parallel twins now. They're not V-twins. I'm sure you all probably know that. You do have the quick shifter. We'll get into that in a minute. But this bike's just sweet looking. So we actually have this bike, I believe, sold. The guy put a deposit on the gray one, or silver, whichever way you want to call it. And he called checking in, see if it was delivered. I said, man, no, but I've got the blue on the way. And he's like, you know, I'm kind of leaning towards the blue. And honestly, now that I see it in person, I can see why he's leaning towards the blue. This is just a pretty bike. Very, very pretty. I like the exposed subframe, which is cool. You know, a lot of bikes don't do that. It's kind of a old school thing. I'm just going to fire it up real quick so you can see what it sounds like since it's got that shorty. It's got a little button on here. Yeah. Kind of sounds like a soul machine. Nice and quiet, right? I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but it's kind of got this little growl almost to it. And that's just an idle. I don't want to rev this bike up. It's brand spanking new. I mean, really no miles on this bike. It's literally been driven down the road and back. I haven't even driven it. I've rode the V-Strom enough. I've got a pretty good idea what it's like. But that's pretty much about it. I'll give you a quick overview of the dash. Really a lot like the V-Strom dash. You can see that little pop-up right there for the service. You can change that, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. Of course, you see the ABS light on here. That turns off once you get the bike up and running. All right, so just like all bikes, blinkers, horn, high beam control, push clutch, and you got your mode button and your up and down button. This side, starter button, I showed you, a kill switch, and you do have your hazards that you can kick on. Okay, so dash is gonna look like this, normal conditions. Of course, now that it's not running, you got your traction control indicator over here, oil light, neutral indicator. Of course, you got neutral here, fuel gauge on the bottom, odometer, voltage output, temperature currently of the bike, or the cooling system I should say, of course, speedometer right here, and then clock up here. Right here, traction control. Okay, come over here and you can control it all right there on the left hand handlebar. So you can see that's kind of highlighted. Now they're not highlighted, so click the mode button to highlight it, and you can control what level of traction control you want, or turn the traction control off. Okay, pretty self-explanatory there. Click it over, Suzuki's drive mode settings. You've got A, B, and C, folks. just like it sounds. A for most performance, B basically a little detuned, C think of it as a rain mode or kind of a beginner mode. That's what I'm going to call it. If you unhighlight them, all right, so take the highlight off, then you can just use these arrows. You will notice down here that this is going to change, okay? So it goes from odometer, trip meter, of course, trip 1, miles per gallon, trip 2, miles per gallon, miles to empty, all that kind of fun stuff, average miles per gallon, all right? There's one more setting, and you can see in the middle right here, I mentioned it a while ago, it's got a quick shifter, so you can turn the quick shifter on and off. Why you turn it off, don't really know. Quick shifter is freaking amazing on these bikes, all of the bikes. So much fun, especially when you get a bike that's got a nice exhaust on it. And when you hit that quick shifter, it just kind of gives you that kind of pop, almost, if you will. Awesome. Sorry about that, we got somebody riding by on a Harley. All right, so on the control over here, if you'll hold the up down, if that makes sense, hold the up part down, you can go into the main setting menu. So in the main setting menu, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll go in this real quick, and this is going to be a real fast demo, okay? So if you click on the ride, you can set the shift light, quick shift on and off, exit that, go to info, your warning list, your next service. Basically what this is, you got an option here for the warning list. If you want to say next service, you can do that. It'll tell you that it's in 600 miles, of course, right? Next service, it kind of looks like that. Main settings, okay? This is where you can control basically how bright your dash is. There's a day and night function. Change your units if you live somewhere other than the United States, which I don't think most of my viewers live anywhere besides here. You can change it to kilometers, of course, date and time, of course, your default settings, system info. No need to ever go into there if you ask me. Default settings, yep, we want that. No brainer, right? And exit. And then scroll down to the bottom there, and it will close out the menu. So that's pretty much it, folks. Brand new GSX8R. What a good looking machine. Really, really happy to have this on the floor. I don't know if you, can you see the light? There you go, you can kind of pick up the headlight right there. Got the big stalk. You know, it's funny that as streamlined as blinkers have gotten, it seems like they're almost longer than they've ever been. and these don't look bad. It's just one of them things, kind of sticks out. Same way with the mirrors. The mirrors seem like they're really, really wide. I mean, does that not seem like they just kind of stick out there in no man's land? Yeah, to me they do. Same way on the back, but that's okay. Something the aftermarket can take care of. I don't know that Suzuki will do anything with it, but something the aftermarket will definitely address. All right, folks. Again, appreciate y'all watching. Please like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. I really appreciate all your feedback. If you don't like something, let me know. If you like something, also, please let me know what you like. People always tend to comment on stuff they don't like, or, you know, just the way people are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Y'all take care. See you next time.